Guys, schooling is finished and I'm not going to college. And it's about time that I completely dive down into my business instead of following education route that everybody is doing. But in today's video, I'll be talking about how I have been able to achieve what I've able to achieve, and I've convinced my parents to not go to college. And if you're somebody who wants to go to college or leave college, but pay their fees on their own and not burden their parents, then you need to watch this video. So now we are back in the studio. And now I'm going to basically tell you what you guys exactly need to do to actually pay your own college fees without burdening your parents. Now, before we start, why should you listen to me? Except the money and followers and whatever I have done, I have a very good reason otherwise. It's actually because I've already been there, spending countless hours binging YouTube videos to actually find good content that can actually help you out. Tired of hearing other 17-year-olds retiring their parents. And tired of sitting on your ass at your home knowing that there is something you could do. I've experienced all of it. But finally, at the age of 16, I was able to figure out something that actually changed my life. In June 2024, I made my first 1 lakh month. Till October 2024, I had made over 10 lakhs in total revenue. And finally, right now, my business is making multi-six figures in revenue every month, 7 figures in total. And we have an awesome clientele working with us. Now that you might think that I'm a little bit credible to talk about this topic today, let's directly get into the video. In today's video, we are going to cover this small thing. First, we are going to understand choosing your version, basically how you can improve yourself. Now, you have probably seen a lot of self-improvement videos on this, so I'm not going to waste a lot of your time here. Next, I'm going to talk about choosing your goal. You already probably have some. I'm going to give you the direction how you can probably do it. Next, choosing your game. What game are we actually going to play? Choosing your acquisition channel, monetize deals. These are more into the business concepts of actually making money. Let's quickly get into them. Choosing your version. Don't worry, I'll keep it short. You've probably heard a lot about this already. The most important part about trying to achieving something is how you show up to it. Because would you rather trust this guy, this green, skinny ass looking kid, or trust this guy who is teaching a group of people with camera in front of his face? Probably that guy, right? By this, I don't just mean about your physical appearance in total, but building the best version of yourself that consists of two different things. First of all, your physiology, and second, your psychology. Physiology consists of physique and recovery. But why, Shubhankar, before I get into it, do I actually need a good physique? Now, not by any chance am I saying that I have the best physique, but I have a little better one. In today's video, I'm going to show you why do you even need a good one, right? Good question. Let me answer that to you. Because according to a study by American Marketing Association, this was a study done by the Americans in Airbnb, a host with an attractive profile has a rather 6% better booking rate than an average looking host. Basically, if I look better than you, I would get 6% more money than you would. I hope that's enough. So you just need to do two different things. First of all, choose a workout plan that you can sustainably follow and have a productive diet. Now, what do I mean by that? Now, I'm not a genius at this, so I'll give you some basic info. Just go onto YouTube and search it yourself. There is countless number of content based on this topic. So, first of all, go onto YouTube, choose your workout plan. Now, what does having a productive diet even mean? When it comes to a productive diet, focus on protein at the start of your day and carbs later. Now, what do I mean by that? Every one of you know that you need to have more protein to build muscle, do that, and less amount of carbs. But I'll tell you a reason why you need to have protein at the start of your day and carbs at the end. The reason being is that when you have carbohydrates, it takes a little bit more amount of time to digest. And when that happens, your brain gets a little foggy, it gets a little slower. So whenever in lunch you guys have rice, a lot of rice, you will see that you feel a little more sleepy. Why does that happen? It happens because rice have a very high carb content. So that you don't get slower in between of the day, you should always have protein at the start. Right now, I just had rice, so I'm a little slower, so I might just mumble in the between. But don't do that mistake, have protein at the start, carbs at the end. Now, when it comes to psychology, there is three things that you need to keep in mind. First of all, your surroundings. Second of all, your content consumption. And third of all, your calendar planning. Now, let's get into that. Surrounding. So let me quickly read out a beautiful quote by Steve Pavlina here. Your environment will eat your goals and plan for breakfast if you let it. Now, what does this mean? If you don't stay in the right surrounding, if you don't have the right people around you, it doesn't matter what goals you have, it doesn't matter what you do, you will never be able to achieve it because your surroundings will eat your goals for breakfast and lunch and dinner probably. Now, to make the good surrounding, you need to do three different things. First of all, start to shred people. Second, start to cut out distractions. And third, design your workplace. Now, let's get into that. Start to shred people. Now, a lot of people will say, just get rid of all your friends. Just focus off, be in your lonely hour. I don't say that. I'm a youngster. You guys are a youngster. You probably want a little bit of people around you. Probably get a girlfriend. But you need to get the right people around you in the right brackets. So, you might have some people with whom you have fun with. You might have some people whom you work with. You might have some people whom you work out with. Now, don't let these people get into the other brackets. If somebody is in the fun bracket, don't let them get into the work bracket until and unless they show that commitment. If somebody works, don't take them in the fun one. You would probably not want to get wasted with your business partner. Might want to get it with the business partner, but not with a business client. So keep that in mind. Don't mix up the bracket. It can cause a lot of trouble in your life. Next, start to cut out distractions. Even now, a lot of people are focusing on the stuff that is right here on the screen, which you probably should not. Get rid of anything that comes in the way of your goals. Now, let me tell you about something called the tiny object syndrome. A lot of people, what they do is they look at so many things. They look at Instagram, they look at YouTube, they have their friends talking about different stuff. Now, what happens is they get shiny object syndrome. For example, you're currently focusing on growing on Instagram or you're currently building a business. You might just have a friend who is currently talking about building a bookstore, which he talks very nice about. But what will happen? It will give you a little bit of FOMO that I should also probably start a bookstore. It seems a little bit easy. You might see people on Instagram who are doing drop shipping and you might be, Instagram, let me just go to drop shipping. You might think that. But that is what shiny object syndrome is, because anybody who has actually achieved something in their life, they don't switch things. They stick with something till the end. Alex Samosi, a guy everybody might know, he took 5 years to go viral. Jimmy Donaldson, Mr. Beast, took 13 years. Iman Ghazi's YouTube era is of 8 years. So you can understand it takes so much amount of time, and in between they have gotten millions and billions of deals. But they had to reject them so that they can focus on the current one. Next is use the following tools to help you out. I'll just put you on some games. Have your aeroplane mode on at the start of your day. You don't need people to call you where it's 6 a.m. in the morning when you're working. Anook is a very good tool. Use that. It will remove everything on the YouTube feed that can distract you. Use Anook. Use Feed and Aggregator. It will basically help you to remove anything on your Instagram feed, anything on your Facebook and LinkedIn, any feed. And usually use your laptop to use social media. Probably don't even use it. But if you're working on it, use your laptop to do it and use this extension. Also, you can use BlockSite to remove all the corner websites and all that so that those websites don't open. Next is designing your workplace. Get the right place to work. Wherever, I don't care how bad or shitty your place where you sleep looks. I don't care how bad your room is. But the place you work at, it should be nicely designed. If you see my workplace right here, there is a laptop, there's my monitor, there's my light, keyboard, mouse. Yeah, the mouse pad is a little old. There's the book that I always have around and my mic and stuff. Nothing else. Nothing that shouldn't be there is on the workplace. Don't have your phone at the start of your day on your workplace. Don't have random things around. Keep it clean so that when you're working, you don't get distracted by looking at something. Let's say you have your phone around and it just rings. A guy calls you up or you get a notification. You're not going to be focused in work. So keep that in mind. Now, content consumption. So I'll just quickly tell you something. There was a time in my life where I actually used to think that 1 to 2 lakhs was the average salary in India. Because now the actual salary, average salary is around 13, 14, I don't know. Around 20,000, I don't even have an idea right now. You might say, Shubhankar, are you flexing with me? No, I'm not, because that was the type of people I used to watch. Everybody I used to watch was earning 1 to 2 lakhs minimum. Now, what would a kid who is watching people making 1 to 2 lakhs every day think? That's average. Now you might think, yeah, that sets unrealistic expectation. It does set unrealistic expectations. But if you're trying to pay your college fees, the minimum amount of money you need to earn is at least 20,000 rupees per month. And if you don't have that expectation in mind, if you think I'm a college kid, I'm just okay with 5,000 rupees a month, it's never going to happen. So always watch the type of people you want to aspire to be like. Now, to actually content consumption has two different type of content. One is skill-based content, one is entertainment content. A skill-based content, whenever you're watching something that you're learning from, pick one skill or pick 2 to 3 accounts that you watch the content. Now, for example, when I was learning personal branding, I was just watching personal branding. I was not watching anything else. Right now, I'm not learning any skills, so I watch Alex Amosi. Sometimes I watch Daniel Dallin, and I only watch their content. I don't watch anybody else. That is what skill-based content is. Don't pick 10 number of skills and watch every one of them. That's not what you need. Next is entertainment content. Pick 1 to 2 entertainment-based content and watch them at the end of your day. Don't watch entertainment content every now and then. Like, for example, the type of entertainment content I watch anime, I watch sometimes series, but only have 1 to 2 of them. Don't have more than that. And watch it usually at the end of the day once a month. Now, let's move on to the next part. Choosing your goal. Where are we actually heading? Where are we actually going? That's an important part actually, because a lot of people I've realized is they start trying to achieve a goal. They start moving in a direction, but they don't even know where they are going to. Now, if you don't know where you're headed, how will you even achieve a goal if you don't know what the path is? So that's what we are going to do. Now, first find where you want to focus on. That's the first step. Do you want to focus on fitness? Do you want to get followers? Do you want to get a Birkin bag for your girls? Do you want to watch the Eiffel Tower, Northern Lights? What do you actually want to do? And to be honest, you maximum need only 2 goals. Let's say I want to focus on fitness and work. I cannot do studies at the same time. You want to focus on, let's say, studies and fitness? Great, do that. Don't focus on business because you won't be able to. Like when I was running my business, I just completed my exams today. I was managing fitness a bit, studies and business. Whenever my exam season came, I was not able to focus on fitness. It was just not possible. And when my exam season wasn't there, I was just not studying at all. So that's the thing. You need to focus on maximum 2 things right now. And once you've done it, define and write them down. Like probably aren't able to see what I've written down here. But when I actually figured out my goal, I wrote it down in the whiteboard that I had. I wrote it down and I saw it every day because I knew that only if I know what I'm going towards, will I not get shiny object syndrome or will I not get distracted in the path. Now, second thing is become resourceful. Make proper use of these 3 resources as a human because you only have this. First of all, save your time. Second, utilize your money. And third, narrow your focus. Now, Shubhankar, what do you mean by that? Time is the most important asset and you need to save each bit of it. If you have friends that you hang around with, only hang around with them to have fun. Don't also try to go out to bars with somebody else, try to get girlfriend at the same time. Don't try everything at the same time. We have only 24 hours. The way we spend it will decide what we get. So save your time. When you're, let's say, watching skill-based content, save it and only spend a certain amount of time to do it. Also, if you have a bit of money, utilize it. If you can, let's say, if you are cooking yourself, if you can hire a chef, do it. Save your time. Anything that saves your time, in a certain amount, utilize your money to save it. You don't need to save money right now. That's not your goal. You don't even have risk of going homeless right now. So use your money to earn more money and to save your time. Next is narrow your focus. Now, what do I mean by that? As I said, you need to have maximum 2 types of goals. Don't have 3, 4 things in your plate because focus is the most important thing. And bro, if your goals are big and you have a huge mindset right now that you want to achieve something crazy, just lock yourself up for the next 6 months. I'm not even kidding. Go and lock yourself up for the next 6 months. Don't even go out, but just do it for 6 months. Don't do it for more. You will go crazy. Seriously, don't do it for more. And I'm not saying just do nothing. Do only those things that contribute to your goals and things that keep you sane. For example, you might want to hang around with your friends. If you have a girlfriend, talk to her. If you, let's say, watch series or movies to keep yourself safe, do it. Not a problem. But let's say out of 12 hours that you're awake, spend 8 hours working, minimum. That's what you should do. That's what I'm focusing on now. I want, like, from the quarter second or quarter first, I'm going to lock myself in for at least 6 months. Like, I'm not going to do it for the whole year. I'm not crazy. We have a life except work as well. But if you have to pay your college fees, do this and probably you won't need to work every day. Now, burn the boats. This is a very controversial advice. Burn the boats, but only if possible. I am burning my boats. I'm leaving college. I don't have any other choice. If I don't work, I'm done for. I don't have the safety net of college. Similarly, only if it is possible, only if you're making at least over 60,000 a month right now, burn the boats. Because to be honest, the amount of time you will save, the amount of focus you will regain is crazy. But again, if you're a beginner, never do this. Never. Next step is choosing your game. What is the vehicle that you're going ahead with? Now, choosing your business model is a very important part. Now, you might say, Shubhankar, don't we need to learn the skills first? Don't we need to know what we are doing? What business are we doing? No, you don't. You need to know the business model of how we are actually delivering. Now, let's look at all the different business models that are out. First is freelancing, which a lot of people know about, where there is no upfront capital. The business is very easy comparatively. The profit margin is also very high because you're not paying somebody else, but the time commitment is very, very high. So if your college doesn't allow a lot of breaks or doesn't allow you to do a lot of stuff, I wouldn't suggest this because you will have to do all the work yourself. But the easiness, the money you make is comparatively high and you don't have the headache of managing a different team. Next is an agency. Now, the upfront capital is a little higher because you need to take some people in at the start and you might have some overhead costs. The ease of business is absolutely hard. You need to know how to manage people. You need to know how to handle clients. It's not just getting clients and delivering them. You need to know what type of service you deliver yourself and you need to know how to manage your team. Next, profit margin is medium, though the total revenue you make is very high. So for example, in freelancing, you might make 1 lakh having 1 lakh in profit. In agency, you might make 10 lakhs, but you will have, let's say, 5 lakhs in profit. So that can happen. But at the same time, if you just make 1 lakh as an agency, you would even earn less than 30,000 because the profit margin is not that high. You have overhead cost to pay to. And the time commitment is comparatively lower as freelancing, but you need to manage your team. You need to then train them. Only once you have a properly trained team can you have a lot of time as an agency. Now, coaching. Coaching is personally my favorite model because the upfront capital is low. It's not zero, but it's very less. You need to buy a domain, you need to buy some systems, nothing other than that. Ease of business is hard because you need to know the skill very nicely that you're going to teach. You need to know the skill and you need to be able to teach the skill. These are two things you need to know. Profit margin is also very high because at the start you are teaching, then you're getting the clients. You are not usually paying anybody else to do it. And the time commitment at the same time is not very high. You can work on medium time commitment. You might have less clients, charge them more. And unlike you doing the work for them, you just have to teach them. So 1 hour a call a day per client is more than enough. Next step is once you know, let's say you're going with coaching, you're going with agency or whatever you go ahead with, you need to know which skill set you're choosing. Because if you don't know, let's say you want to build an agency. What agency are you building? You need to know which skill set it is, right? So you need to understand which skill set you're choosing or what you're going to sell. Now, you had to search up on Google, high income sales, digital marketing, copywriting, project management. Right now, my suggestion would be AI, automation, content production is also really good. These things are very high in trend. If you know about AI content production, that is also very much in trend. Something that is not very general like digital marketing agency and a very specialized niche. Don't take in general niches like digital marketing, I do everything. Don't do that. Take specific agencies like web designing, SEO, content production, software development. AI agencies are working really well right now. Now, once you have chosen your skill set, once you have chosen the business model, now what do I mean by fuck learn it is basically spend the whole day and learn. Like the way you just go all in while you do the act, go all in while you're learning. Now, only consume skill-based content about the skill. So remember we talked about skill-based and entertainment content. Only content, skill-based content you're consuming. Remember that one skill I told about should be the skill that you have chosen. AI just was content about AI, nothing else. Also, if you can, if you have a bit of money, man, don't waste your time on free content. Enroll yourself with the course. I have personally spent over 11,000, around 10 lakh rupees behind courses. Like literally. The reason being, you can basically skip 1 year of just learning time by taking one good course. Obviously, there are a lot of bad courses as well. But take a course, it will help you out a lot. Now, application over consumption. This is a very important thing that you need to know. That you, like, just consuming content isn't going to help, right? It's not just going to help you. You need to apply the skill. So, for example, if you're learning web designing, design websites. Build a website for your father's company or somebody. Just go and build it. Build it for Coca-Cola, right? So, a best way to apply is going to be by building a dummy portfolio. Now, once I started, I built out my dummy portfolio. That was this. You can see on the screen. I just worked on ads for my father's company. I designed some content for their company as well. And I just repeated the skill. I just keep on graphic designing. I kept on running ads. I just did it and built my dummy portfolio. Because I know, even though I bought all the courses, I spent hours learning it, I need to actually do it. Because let's say you read a book on setting up a company. And you go to the registrar of the firm and you just be like, yeah, I've read this book, do this. Probably won't be able to do it. You would have to know the knowledge of exactly what you need to say to the registrar of the firm, what you need to write in the memorandum, and everything's like that. So go and actually apply more and build out your dummy portfolio, because this will help you out to get more clients and make your money. An easy way, once you perform a skill for, like, an easy way to basically track this. Skip this thing. I'll tell you an easy way to basically understand, have you mastered the skill. There was a research that was done in 1976 or something like that. Is when can you understand that you have mastered a skill? It was somewhere around 100 hours. Now, if you want to be better than everybody else, then if once you have done a skill or performed something for over 200 hours, you know that you are very good at it. Now, 200 hours is just like 3 months of total practice. 3 for 6 months, you're done. You're better than 95% of the people who are doing that skill. You're already better than that once you've applied 200 hours of applied work in it. And let's say you have also learned a lot. But 200 hours of applied work is much better than 200 hours of consuming content. Now, the next step is choosing your acquisition channel. From now, it's going to become a little more business, a little more make money. Now, once you have chosen which vehicle you're going to drive, you need to understand which fuel you're going to use. Are you going to use a old diesel kind of fuel, which is a little uncombustible, not that efficient, or are you going to use the booster petrol? I don't know the name of fuels. I don't have my driver's licenses. So don't judge me on that. An acquisition channel is a method or platform used by business to attract new customers or users. Once you have learned the skill, once you have your business model, you know what you're going to sell. But now you need to know how you're going to get clients treatment, sell that skill. And that is what we are going to do. Now, first you need to build your value proposition. The question you ask yourself is, why should people pay? If you have learned content production, if you have learned AI automation, a lot of people are already doing that. But why should somebody come and pay you? And to do that, ask yourself this question: what do you do different than your company? If you can answer that, you're already 50 times better than them. Another question you can ask yourself is, what advantage do you have over them? And once you figure that out, you're 70%. So let me give you an example. Ask yourself the question, what do you do different? So for me, what I do really different from my competitors is I work on data. I just work on data. I have given me a lot of different AI tools that I use to understand data, and I teach my clients that. A lot of people just give out services. I also teach my clients what I'm doing. And we use a lot of psychological tactics, which we have in the back end. Now, what advantage do I have over them? I might sound a little cocky while saying this, but I have a way to decode the content when I watch it. And I have a client named Ujwal. When we used to see a piece of content and I used to say, man, this is the thing. This is the reason why this content has worked. And exactly the comments were saying that. So this is my advantage over them. Similarly, if let's say you are in design and you design websites, a lot of your competitors might not be from design college. You are from design college. You know how designing works. That's your advantage. That's your value proposition. Now if you have 70% of an uphand, that's still not enough. You need to have at least 200% of a better chance of winning against your competitors. And how you're going to do that is you're going to read this book called $100 Million Offers. Don't read a self-help book. To be very honest, this is the only self-help you need right now as a college student. It's a good habit to read books. I don't personally like them, but $100 Million Offers will tell you exactly how to communicate your offer, communicate what you're selling to your audience, to your customers. So do that. Now, at the start, you probably have no skills, no advantage, nothing. And to build that, you should probably give your first 5 clients results for absolutely free. Now, what do I mean by that? Now, as you're starting out, you don't have any advantage, most probably. Let's take the bad example here. You might have some, but you won't have as good as me. So what you can do to get your first 5 clients is give your services out for free. Give your clients a result for absolutely free. When I started out, I worked for one of my clients named Fit SM. He's my friend, by the way. I helped him make a video get over 1 million views for absolutely no amount charged, and I put that on my portfolio, and I closed like 3 or 5 clients from just his testimonial. Then I worked from my father's account, father's ads also. That is where I closed my first client from that. So what you can do is, if you do website designing, just build 5 free websites for your clients and get their testimonials. Build a better client base, because even if you create a dummy portfolio, it's way better if you have real clients in those portfolio than fake clients. And when you have real clients giving you testimonials, even if they didn't pay you anything, your clients that you're going to close later don't need to know that. So they'll think, okay, you did actual work for other people, and you will have a 90% better chance than closing some clients than your competitors, because you have proof of work. Would you rather trust that person who has, let's say, promised you that मैं 60 दिन में पैसा double कर दूंगा, or would you trust that person who has already done it for 1,000 people and their actual testimonials on a website, on a YouTube page, on everywhere? There are actually 5-star reviews on that guy's name. Would you rather pay 1 lakh rupees to that guy जो बोल रहा है 60 दिन में पैसा double guarantee, or would you do it with a person who is not giving you a guarantee but has already done it for over 1,000? Ask that question to yourself. And that is why don't be cocky, right? That if you're thinking, Shubhankar, you want me to work for free? And you look like this while saying it? Bro, if you're saying that, you're too cocky, man. Like, don't be that cocky. You have no proof of work. You have no credibility. You don't even know the skill. How can you say, Shubhankar, I'm not going to work for free? Like, who are you, Ambani's son? I don't think you're Ambani's son. You don't have the advantage of being good. You just want to pay your college fees, and you don't even have a good intention. You just want, you're like selfish as dash. I'm not using that word. I don't want to get demonetized. I said it almost so many times. But yeah, don't be selfish. You know you don't work that well. So go and give your work for free. You'll also learn the skill. You'll build your client profile. And at the same time, you'll build proof of work. So now the question might be, Shubhankar, okay, but how to even get beta clients? Good question. Let me answer that. Read the book, $100 Million Leads. This book is an absolute gold mine. Like, I have made over 10 lakh rupees from just this one book. This is so crazy. I'm not going to teach you anything about how to do outreach, get clients, build content, nothing like that in this video. It's going to be too long, first of all, and too complicated. Take this book. You don't even need to read $100 million offers if you read this. Just follow what Alex Hormozi has said in this book and just do that every day. And I can guarantee you're going to close clients. If not free, you'll even get paid clients, my friend. You don't need to do proof of work. You don't need that. Just if you charge a little less, do this, you will be able to get clients. But I'm telling you, get free clients, because what happens is when you actually charge something from a person, they expect results. And if you can't deliver it, negative testimonial or a person saying something negative would spread like wildfire. Let's say you give good results to Rahul. Rahul will say good things about you to 5 different people. But if you weren't able to give results to Rahul and you took his money, he would say bad things about you to everybody. And once you're starting out, you don't want your reputation to go to waste. So read this book, charge your first 5 clients nothing, and get them the results so that they say good things to you about everybody, build out portfolio, and then you can start. Now, once you've done this, let people know that you exist for the first 4 hours of your day. Now, what do I mean by that? In this book, $100 Million Leads, Alex Hormozi has exactly said how you can advertise yourself, how you can let people know that your offer exists, that you exist in the market, and get more clients to basically get clients. Now, the processes he has told, the things he has told to do that for 4 hours every day at the start of your day. And that's going to be most important, because right now you don't have clients, you don't have money. So what you can do is spend 4 hours of your day every day to just get that. Choosing your aggregator. How fast can we accelerate your money-making process? Now, you're probably, let's say, getting beta clients, right? You're not making money yet. We're not talking about making money yet. But how can you get clients faster? Like you have read $100 million leads. You're getting some clients, 1 client a month, 2 clients a month. But we need to do it faster. And we need to build a long-term process. So how can we do that? First of all, what is an aggregator? An acquisition channel that we just talked about gives you linear returns. Now, what is linear returns? Linear returns basically means that you put in, let's say, 10 inputs, you get 10 input back. Or it doesn't happen at the start. Probably it's like you put 100 inputs, you get 10 inputs back. You put 200, you get 20 inputs back. But if you build an aggregator, it gives you asymmetrical returns. Let's say you put 100 units, you get 0 return back. But if you put 500 units, you get 10,000 units back. That's the power of an aggregator, is because at the start, it doesn't give you, like, you can see this curve, it's giving you nothing at the start. The normal amount you're putting it, the distribution is even less. You're putting it more, getting less. But after a certain time, it just boosts. It just goes out of the window and you are not even needing to put in that much to get that amount back. Now, how can you do that? The easiest way to build an aggregator is by building your personal brand. By far, my whole money that I have made is by building my personal brand. You can say I've just posted 221 pieces of content in the last 400-500 days. Half, not even half, bro. Less than half. And I've made all my money through just this personal brand. I have not used an acquisition channel, by the way. I'm using it right now because I had the luck to use an aggregator at the start. But I wouldn't suggest you to directly use an aggregator because it takes time to get results. Like for the first 100 posts that I did on my last channel, I wasn't able to get a single client. But the moment I got to 30-40 posts here, in total 130 posts, I made my first 1 lakh rupees. That's the power of an aggregator. Is you don't need to put that much amount of inputs, but you get a huge amount of output, but it takes time. So at the start, do your acquisition channel. At the same time, build your personal brand because it's a long-term process. In the long term, you will build your aggregator. In the short term, you can get better clients by that. Also, your personal brand builds your proof of work. Now, because by building my personal brand, it's a funny story. I went, like this photo is of 1.5 years back. I was a broke school kid. Literally, to run in this marathon, I had to take money from my parents. And it was not even like, how much was it? It's like 500 or 600 rupees. Not even kidding. I had to take money from my parents. And now I'm a 17-year-old with the liberty to work on it. I wouldn't say I'm a millionaire. I'm not that. I have money, but not a lot. But I have the liberty to not go to college and work on the thing I want to work on. And that's the whole transformation happened just because of my personal brand. And that's why I'm so grateful about it. That's why I create so much content. And how can you build your personal brand? First, pick up your camera, pick up your phone. You don't need a camera right now, that a VI app, and post 4 to 6 pieces of content a week. And while you do that, you can either document your life or you can share your expertise. Now, what does both of these mean? Documenting your life basically means that you record what you do on a day-to-day basis. Let's say you're learning that time, the best thing to do is documenting your life. Let's say you're learning how to do Python or web designing, web development. Document what you're learning every day. Do day in a life. Okay, this is what I learned. Share that with people. Now, the other thing you can do is share your expertise. Let's say when I started out, I started by sharing my expertise because I already had gotten my first beta client result. I'd worked for my father's firm as a marketing consultant there as well. Nepotism. I had some expertise to share to people, and that is what I did, and it worked out. If you don't have any expertise you're learning right now, go with documenting your life. Now, to build a personal brand, you can watch this video there's a full guide. It's not a full guide, but you'll get the most information you need from this video. I'll put it somewhere over on the top. Bonus. Now, this is the end of the video. We are almost at the end. But if you've watched till here, let me share something really important. Something really close to my heart that I understood that 90% of people in my same age group, college students, do. That ruins the path you might take. It doesn't seem a lot serious. I'm going to tell it. You might not think it's not that serious, but it's actually very serious. Let's get into that. It's time that you stop watching make money videos. Now, Shumankar, why? This video is a make money video. Why should I stop? See, listen to me, man. Every make money video says the same thing. Learn a skill, build an acquisition channel, do outreach, build a personal brand. Everybody says that. If you watch a self-improvement video, they will talk about building your physique and all that. You might have learned something different, but everything in the essence is the same thing. Every video in its essence is the same thing. To be honest, man, you don't need anything else than this video. If you would have watched somebody else's video, that is all you need to watch. Right now, every make money video, none of that is something you need. You know why? The reason is because every one of them is the same. Whatever I said, 80%, not even 80, 70% of the content is the same in everybody else's make money videos. So the point is, man, the reason I'm putting this segment, a lot of people don't, is because if you don't want to watch my videos, don't watch it. But at the same time, don't watch any other video. No other video, not even mine. Just consume skill-based content. The reason being, you're learning the same exact thing. Every day, just do outreach, do this, do that, in different ways, in different variations. But you're not applying it. You're still in the same place. You've probably watched 10 make money videos, but you're still not being able to make money. Why? Because you're not applying, but you're consuming more. And that's the problem with our youth. We love to watch YouTube videos. We love to brain rot. But when it comes time to work, when it comes time to lock yourself in the room, that is what we don't do. And that is what really disappoints me, because a lot of my friends, recently I had a friend who asked me, like, not recently, 6 months ago, it's like, bro, like I was in my classroom and he was like, bro, what should I do? Like I have 20,000 rupees investment. I didn't have that much money. I asked my father 10,000 rupees as a loan to pay for a course that I started out with. He asked me, bro, I have 25,000. What should I do? Which course should I start? Should I invest in dropshipping and all of that? That is what he said to me. I gave him all the advice he needed. Right now, I don't think he's even preparing for college. I don't even, like, if he was preparing for college, not doing business, I would have been really happy. But they are not doing anything. Because they watch make money videos, they don't make money. Similarly, if you keep on watching make money videos, the only thing you're not going to do is make your own money, but the only thing you're going to help the creators do is make their money. You watching this video is going to help me make money, but if you don't apply this, whatever I told you, it's not going to make you money. It's not going to work. I don't have a course to sell in this video, to be very frank. I don't have a community for college students. I only have high-ticket courses. So if you're a coach or a consultant, then only can I close you as a client. Then only can I actually give you out a course. But if you're a student, man, I can't even sell you anything. I'm making this video to mainly, this was my main intent of making this video, to tell you the thing I did was stop watching make money videos. And the only video now that I watch is Alex Amozi's, and I don't even watch Salman Ghazi anymore. He makes mostly make money videos. I watch personal branding content, sales content, marketing content, and some of business, but high profile business content. Like people who are making over $10 million a month. I only watch their content. I don't watch basic make money videos because it's the same everywhere. So man, final advice and the best advice, if you can take something away from this video, is just follow the plan. Any plan, if not my plan, follow somebody else's plan. But if you can do it for at least like 6 months, if you lock yourself in for 6 months, there's nothing in this universe that can stop you from doing so.